Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video. On the markets, we're going to do a middle of the day market update. There is a lot I need to talk about, all right? Right now, crypto is also pumping to a certain extent, at least. As you can see here, we broke out earlier this morning, which was very interesting. But there's also a lot of things I need to talk about regarding news, regarding fundamentals. So maybe it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, but it will be worth it. Trust me. But all right, so first of all, we got some news today with the GDP growth rate and initial jobless claims. In general, I think it's neutral, all right? The GDP growth rate was as expected, which is good because that means that we're probably not yet at least going into a recession, even with the 50 base points cut last week. So that is bullish. But then we have the initial jobless claims and the jobless claims 4-week average. That was a little bit lower than expected, and just in general mixed numbers. You have 3 numbers that were higher than expected, which should be bullish for crypto, and 3 numbers that were lower than expected, which should be bearish for crypto. In general, if we look at the dollar strength index, that reacted fairly neutral, right? So it doesn't matter that much. I thought it would matter more. Tomorrow we still have some probably bigger news with the PCE price index, which is similar to an inflation rate data. So that's what we see. Dollar strength index was quite bullish over the course of yesterday, so that's not great. But then if you take a look at the stock markets, at the S&P 500, that actually opened bullish. If this is actually, yeah, I think it's up to date. That opened bullish, as you can see, so that's bullish for crypto as well. We might still fill the gap here. So we might still pull back before filling the gap and then continuing. Because I do think ultimately this uptrend we have in the stock markets will continue. So therefore, fundamentally, and I've told you this time and time again, fundamentally I am bullish on Bitcoin. The thing is that, all right, well, what we saw over the course of today is that we had a little bit of a consolidation here, right? So this consolidation we were able to break above that. We also did that the 25th of September, but back then we just liquidated some shorts up here and drop back down. So now the big question is well, are we actually able to break out of this main resistance level we have around 65,000? Between 65,000 and 65,500. And my opinion on that still is that I think we can, because fundamentally we are bullish. So you should always be prepared for the bullish breakout. But what you always see with crypto is that if you're actually breaking out, if Bitcoin is able to break out above a significant resistance level, it's usually with a lot of volume. And the volume right now is $28 billion. That's not nothing, and it could still increase. But for now, with this volume, I don't think we're going to break out. I think we can spike, like if you take a look at this historically, we have spiked up to something like 65, 66,000. And I do think that's most likely here, given the fundamental situation, but also what we saw earlier. We saw a lot of shorts being opened after the US opening. And it looks like we're going to get short liquidations again, which we already had, by the way, a couple of minutes ago. So that's what you see here, right? So you see a lot of shorts being opened here initially. Then the price gets pumped up. We got some big buy orders coming in about 7 minutes ago. Then you get the short liquidations, and then some positions are closed again. So I am, if you also take a look at the 1 hour time frame, I do think it's likely here that we'll spike up into that 65, 66,000 area. But I'm still not convinced we will have a major breakout. If we get volume towards $40 billion, then I think we can break out and get up towards 68, 69,000. As long as the volume is low like this. And it looks, the price action, the order flow here looks quite like we're just liquidating shorts. As long as that's the case, I will stick behind my theory that we will not have a breakout, but we will still spike up and pump up higher. Which, by the way, I still have long positions open, right? So I'm still trading this as if we're going to break out. I have bought a lot of crypto in spot, so I am bullish on crypto. I just don't think we're going to break out on the higher time frames, right? So those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. Ultimately, what that means is that I think we'll pump up into this. Maybe we'll have a breakout, but I think ultimately it will either be a fake out or a rejection back down to 63 and 62,000 with the potential of falling all the way back down into 61 and 60. That's still my most likely scenario here. So that's what you'll have to live with. Now, there are a ton of altcoins that are performing. I'm going to cover a few. I bought Ladies, the meme coin, earlier. That's doing relatively well here, even though it still has to break out. So I'm just going to name a couple of altcoins that I think are interesting, right? So hopefully some of these you see and you think, hey, that's interesting. Zero is very bullish. That already broke out, but if it's able to break out above $5 as well, I do think this can go for all-time highs. But the breakout here above 4.5 was already very bullish. Then I'm not sure if there's narratives really outperforming. Yeah, meme coins this morning were quite strong, right? So then we're looking at a coin like Pepe that was quite strong. I tried to get in a trade on this. I missed it, unfortunately, or it missed my entry. But something like this is quite strong. Like I said, Ladies is quite strong. Something like Bonk is very strong here. Turbo not so much. I would avoid that. So meme coins, I still think if Bitcoin is actually pumping here and the Bitcoin dominance comes down a bit, then meme coins can still perform. Outside of that, yeah, there's a ton of coins. there's too many coins to cover. Personally, to tell you a little bit about my positions, the trades I took, which if you want in on those, consider joining my Signal group. Links to that are down in the description as always. Some trades that I took are Injective, a little bit lower than this, but still. I'm into Injective, I'm into Jito, People I bought down here, which is performing relatively nice. Uniswap I also bought, and that's and Lido DAO as well. But those are slower coins. I think something like Uniswap is quite strong here. I think Injective can rally quite a bit here, but the other ones are more for the next month or so. Bitcoin just broke 65,000, and on the timing of that, I'm going to end this video. If you have any questions, let me know. It's better if you join the Telegram or the Discord group. We got some amazing groups. If you tag me in there, I'll always respond. So check that out. For now, though, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.